Hi, I'm Kelly from RStudio. In this video, I'm going to demo some techniques for auditing Python version usage on RStudio Connect. Before I get started, I want to make note that this video is for administrators. The resources I'll demo are useful for auditing Python version usage at any time, but especially if you're upgrading to RStudio Connect from the March 2022 edition or beyond. Starting in the March 2022 release, Connect will not support versions of Python below 3.5. You must take action to update your configuration file if you have Python versions below 3.5 in use, otherwise Connect will error on startup. Existing documents that use older versions of Python will still be able to be viewed, but they cannot be re-rendered, and you should turn scheduled reports off. Existing applications and APIs that use older versions of Python will return 502 errors for all requests. Before you upgrade, check your Connect server for the versions of Python available. Then identify whether you have any content using an unsupported version. I'll demo two ways to get that information. If necessary, you'll then want to either contact the content owners who will be affected by the breaking change and give them time to update or manage their content accordingly, or perhaps set a system message to warn publishers about your upgrade timeline. Click the link in the description to watch a video about system messages. I have a server here with two Python Streamlit applications on it. And if I wanted to go into each application, I could look at the info pane and scroll down, and the version of Python in use is listed here in the info metadata. But that becomes arduous if I have more than one or two Python applications on a given server. Your Connect server also actually ships with a helper script that will find the Python environments or list all of the Python virtual environments and applications that use them. To run this script, simply execute it in the opt RStudio Connect scripts directory. It's called find python envs. So I hit enter, and then I'll see that I have a virtual environment for 3H12 and one for 397. Each are used by one application. In this case, I have no versions of Python on my server that violate the new minimum version requirement of 3.5. If, however, you get to this point and you have quite a bit of content that is either in violation of the new minimum version requirement, or you're hoping to get more information from a Python version usage audit than simply listing out the number of apps and their app IDs, you can take another step, which is to use the server API to build a custom audit report, and that's what we'll do next. To use the RStudio Connect server API to run this report for Python version auditing, you first need to generate an administrator API key. To create a new API key, click Create New Key, and then give it a name. You may be prompted for your password to log in at this point. Copy your key, and then you'll use this to set up a .renviron file in your R environment to run the custom report. For instructions on how to create a .renviron file for the Connect API key and for your Connect server address so that you don't have to hard code them into the report, click the link in the video description. Once you have the API key and server address set as environment variables in your development environment, you can open and knit this example report. You might be prompted to install some R packages before the report can knit. This report uses an admin API key to enumerate all the content items on a given Connect server and filter that list to show any that violate the minimum version of Python required. Each row gives me the content name, a link to the dashboard URL, its type and access level, Python version, the date it was last deployed, and the owner information. This server has already actually been updated to the March 2022 edition release. So if I visit this application, we can see the error message that will be returned if you take no action. To get the user contact information, you'll need to make another API request. This enumerates all the users on the server and then joins that result to the filtered content list above. This summary table shows the number of affected content items each server has, as well as their email address. Because this audit shows my server has 82 pieces of affected content across 10 users, what I might do at this point is publish this report to Connect and let each of the users know that they should come to the report, find their own content, and make a decision about what to do about it by a certain date. I can do that publish action by clicking the publish button right here. Once the report is available on Connect, adjust the access controls so that all logged in users can visit the report. Now I can email everyone on that list and send them to this report where they can find and deal with their own content. So if Kevin comes to the report, you can search on his name and visit each of the affected content items that he owns and deal with them accordingly as he so chooses. Feel free to customize this audit report in any way you find useful. The code is available through the link in the video description.